Sun's out, heading out in the pitch shortly. Let's do Man United, sell or keep. Starting off with the gaffer, Ten Hag. I think absolutely we've got to keep him. I think he's had a rocky road, but when you look at what he's come into, the disruption with everything going on at the top, I think there's moves going in the right place now to get the right people in at the top and get the structure in there. Ineos are doing some good work, being a bit ruthless, which is exactly what's needed. And I think we can't use the manager as another scapegoat. We've been doing it for 10 plus years since Fergie went. We did the exact same with every single manager. Let's give him some time. If he gets his Champions League next year, maybe another trophy, then fair play. Even if we don't win the final in the FA Cup, I think you've got to give him time. Let him build a squad, because otherwise we're just jumping from manager to manager every time. Next up, let's go centre backs. Lindelof, I think his time's up. He's got to go. I think he's done a job for us as a little bit of a backup and stuff, but he's never really been up to the level. He's had some good moments. He's done as well on occasions, but I think it's time for him to move on now. Maguire, I actually think keep him. I think if he can play the way he's played this season, get that consistency, work on certain parts of his game, I think he could come good. He's a good goal threat up top as well, which is always good. Get the big centre backs up there. Maybe a little bit of work on his 1v1 type stuff, but his tracking and everything. But yeah, I think keep Maguire. I think he's another leader in the dressing room, an experienced player. Keep him. Martinez, I mean, you've got to keep him on. It's probably not even a question. He's been outstanding until he went injured. Kambwala, again, I think he's a great player. He's got bags of potential. He's young. I seen a video of him the other day clapping and singing along with fans at Old Trafford. I mean, love that. Love a bit of passion, especially out of the youth players that are coming through. So yeah, keep Kambwala for me. If they needed to offload some, then he maybe goes out on loan, but I think he's grand. Keep him in, keep him going. Varane, seen earlier, he's going anyway. Probably on a free at the end of the season. I think it's probably the right decision. He's done all right. He's not been the Rolls Royce that we needed and that we expected him to be. I think age is kind of catching him a little bit in that pace side of the game, but he's done all right. Probably right that it's time for him to move on. Looking at the keeper, Onana, I think, yeah, do you know what? Rocky start to it, but coming into United is always a big jump. Coming into the Premier League, it's a big old league. It's physical, it's tough, it's fast paced, and I actually think, although he had a rocky start, he's adapted well now. He's starting to pull off some of them bigger saves that we came to expect from De Gea, but he's got that playing out from the back. He's comfortable in his feet. He's made a couple of mistakes playing out from his feet, but you don't mind that. We'll take one or two of them. It's less than De Gea, and he'll only get better at that. And do you know what? He's got a ping in his locker. He'll give you an assist as well from all the way at the back. So love that. I'm here for that. Looking at the wide at the full backs, Shaw. I mean, he's England's starting left back anyway when he's fit. He's been injury prone for years, and it's caused us loads of dramas. But I think he's an outstanding talent, and I think he's definitely one that we need to keep on board. Dalot, again, probably had the season of his career this year. He's another one I don't think you can get rid of. He gives us a good threat going forward. He'll get you a few assists and stuff. I reckon he's got a couple of goals in him as well as he gets a little bit more experienced and stuff. I think he'll come good. Wan-Bissaka, I love Wan-Bissaka. I think he's absolutely fantastic, but I do wonder if it's maybe time for him to move on because he's not getting the playing time. He's not getting in ahead of people. Middle of the pitch then, the prodigal son, Kobbie Mainoo. He shouldn't even be in this conversation, is he really? He's an absolute keep. That boy is going to be the future of this club. Stockport born. Absolutely love it. Homegrown talent. Yeah, he's got loads and loads of potential. It's great to see, and he's just going to go from strength to strength. He's playing with such a mature head already. Absolute 100% gold-plated keep. McTominay, Big McSauce. I think McTominay is a keep. That might be a questionable one for a lot of people. People were calling for his head on loads of occasions. I think he's done outstanding stuff for Scotland. He's one of those players that you bring him on and he'll give everything and he'll get you a last minute winner, which is what Manchester United have always been about. I think he's a keep. Maybe not your starting 11. He's definitely an impact player that you bring in off the bench when you need it, dying moments of the game. He needs a be given a little bit of time, I think, to get the results, but he will come in, and he's passionate about the club. Love that. You need that in the dressing room as well. You need that hunger and that desire as well. So McTominay for me is an absolute keep. Oh, I miss Johnny Evans actually in centre backs. I think Johnny's done a good job this season. He's struggled the last couple of games. I think the pace and stuff with his age is just catching him out a little bit, but he's probably, I think we've probably been a little bit more secure with him there this season than we would have been without him. He's stopped a few good chances, and he's probably brought a wealth of experience from the international stage and club stage to the dressing room, which is always useful, especially when we're starting to get some young players in there now. So I think he's probably done his job, but time to go, sell or release. Quick change post football, let's keep it going. So Amrabat, sell for me. Don't think he's good enough. I've seen absolutely no contribution from him in the games I've watched. He done alright against Arsenal on Sunday there. He was sort of buzzing about, winning his tackles, done alright, but I think that's the first time I've seen him put a good performance in for me. He needs to go. Fernandes, he's probably been our most consistent, committed player all season. He's not been injured. I know he is now, but I think that's probably a genuine injury, to be fair, and I don't think he'll be out for long. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. I think without Fernandes, we lack a lot of everything up the pitch, a lot of creativity. I think he brings out a lot to the party. Not sure about him as a captain. I hate this throwing the arms up and stuff, but I have seen like bits of good leadership from him and stuff as well. So yeah, he's an absolute keep. Got to be probably our best player. Wide areas, Garnacho for me needs to learn his trade a little bit more, but he's electric and he's fantastic down that left hand side, and I think he'd do well with somebody a little bit more experience to learn from. Same with Højlund. I think they're both a keep. Got to be a keep. They've got bags of potential, but I think we need maybe to bring in a senior striker that's a little bit more experienced, and to do what everyone thought Ronaldo was going to do, bring the young lads on, bit of excellence in the changing room, show them how it's done, sort of thing. Senior one doesn't need to be starting, we can still use Højlund, but somebody to learn from on the training pit. Right hand side, Antony, I don't know, honestly don't know. I think everyone's calling for his head. I like a few bits of his game. I think he's got a lot to learn. Big jump maybe coming into the Premiership. I think he's got potential, but he's probably a sell, isn't he? If we're brutally honest. Bring in a strong right winger. Mount, again, another one. He's got bags of potential. Solid player, was excellent at Chelsea. Come to us, and we've not seen enough from him. Bits I've seen of him, happy with. Like the way he buzzes about. Gives us, I think he'd be good in that number 7, but I don't know. We just need to see more from him. He needs to get way back from this injury. Rashford, the big one, isn't it? I think he needs to go out on loan. I don't think sell him, because I don't think anyone would take him at the moment, and unless a PSG or somebody like that come in for him, I don't think you're getting the money that he wants. Nobody's going to pay his wage bills. If we can pull back and get that season that he had last year consistently, then he's a must keep, isn't he? But he's just not consistent enough. He needs to keep out of the media, just get his head down, concentrate on the football. He's such a good player, and he's Manchester through and through, born and bred, Withenshaw, all that kind of good stuff you want from an academy player, but he just needs to concentrate on his football. I think a loan period, probably at the start of this year, I think he should have gone out on loan and just get away from the club, refresh his head, go and play abroad for a bit, realise that he misses home, he loves Manchester and wants to give everything, experience playing with different players, different environment, different pace, maybe less of a spotlight on him in the media and stuff. I think it'd do him the world of good. Just for 6 months and then come back and get back to it, I think would do him a world of good. And then Casemiro, I think for me, he's not going anywhere. Why we're using him at centre-back, I don't know. McTominay has been centre-back for Scotland, he's played it loads of times. Why we're not using McTominay in there, I don't know. But Casemiro is not there. I think he's a liability. He gets booked more than he contributes to the game. Don't get me wrong, he's got some good passes, phases of play. He'll start off and he's good on the ball, but he's just a bit old now. Why we brought him in on a 5-year deal, I'll never know. I think that's everyone. So for me, Casemiro is a sell, but I don't think we're getting rid of him. I think we're stuck with him for the next couple of years at least, and unless Saudi comes in and offers big money to clear out his contract, which I can't. Might happen, you never know. But that's it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Who would you keep, who would you sell, any you disagree with. There's probably a few actually, because I've kept quite a lot of them, but there's bags of potential in the team. They just need to start firing. We need a few good players in there. I don't necessarily think we need to evaporate the changing room. We just need to fix the problems and stuff, and I think a lot of them will come good. Like, I've got faith in them.